So before we start, we're going to go through the seated posture check. Now this is pretty important. It's the position we're going to stay seated in when we go through the exercises. And what's going to happen is we're going to start to engage through the core, those muscles in our tummy, and it's going to take the pressure off our back slightly. So what I want you to do to start, just move your bum forward to the front half of the chair a little bit. We're going to bring our feet to around about hip width apart, and we want our ankles to be underneath our knees with the toes facing forward. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to engage through my tummy muscles. I'm going to lift my chest and just bring my shoulders back slightly. And all the time I'm looking straight ahead of me and I'm breathing in and out. Okay, staying nice and relaxed, we're going to start with our mobility. So, sitting tall in the chair, nice and slowly, we're going to turn the head. Let's just take it over the one shoulder. Now you're only going to move it as far as you feel comfortable, and then slowly return to the start position, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. So again, just taking it over toward the shoulder and returning slowly to the start position. So let's just take our time, breathing in and out, and we're going to continue to alternate, nice and slowly, from left to right. Now our head is designed to move in all these different directions, but maybe if we're not used to this movement, we don't take it quite as far. Okay, one more each way. And then the last one. Perfect. Coming back to the start position, we're now going to take the head up and down. So keeping the body still, we're going to slowly raise the head up, looking toward the ceiling, returning to the start position nice and slowly, and then we're going to look to the floor, bringing our chin in toward the chest. Good. And again, we're going to continue with this movement, nice and slowly up, and then nice and slowly down. Okay, good. A few more like this. Just taking it nice and slowly, moving as far as you feel comfortable. And all the time now, because we're not resting on the back of the chair, we're sitting tall, we're starting to work through those tummy muscles. Good. One more. Excellent. Okay, last one for the neck. Sitting tall in the chair, we're just going to tilt to the side, taking the ear toward the shoulder one way. Nice and slowly coming back to the start position, and then we'll do the same the other way. Excellent. So what we're starting to do now is get a little bit of a stretch through the outside of the neck. And we're going to continue to alternate from left and right, nice and slowly, breathing in and out all the time. Okay, a few more like this. Only taking the ear down as far as you feel comfortable. And again, once more. Excellent. Okay, let's move to the shoulders now. Relaxing the arms down by your side, we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. So, arms down by your side, tall in the chair, just raise the shoulders up toward the ear, and then gently returning to the start position. Good. Now it's entirely up to you. We can go both at the same time, or if you would rather, we can alternate and just go left to right, just one shoulder at a time. And we're just bringing the shoulders up as high as we feel comfortable, before slowly returning to the start position. Excellent. Breathing in and out all the time, staying relaxed. Okay, a few more. Shoulders coming up, returning to the start position. Excellent. Let's go one more with the shrugs. Up and slowly back down. Good. We're going to increase the range of movement now. So we're going to start to roll the shoulders. Same again, we start with our shoulder shrugs. So we bring the shoulders up toward the ears. Then we're going to take them back slightly before rolling them down to the start position. Excellent. And again, shoulders up, back and down. Good. Here we go again. So, only rolling them as far as you feel comfortable, okay? Stay within your limits. We're not looking to force it. And if you start to experience any pain or discomfort, you're going to stop straight away. Okay, one more with the shoulder rolls. Perfect, excellent. Okay, arms down by the side, but this time we're going to place the palms so they face behind us. We're going to go to our frontal raises, again, either both at the same time or alternating from left to right. Sitting tall in the chair, we're just going to bring our arms straight up out in front of us, and then slowly returning to the start position. Good. So we're going to start to focus on the front part of the shoulder. The arms are coming up and slowly returning to the start position. Now as you bring your arms up, only bring them up as high as you feel comfortable, but don't let them come any higher than shoulder height. Nice control. A few more like this, working through the front part of the shoulder now. Excellent. Good. Returning to the start position. And again, nice control on the way up. Returning under control, and we'll go once more. Control on the way up. Back to the start position. Okay, what we're going to try now is just to work through the wrists a bit. So we're going to bring our arms up back out in front of us. We're going to keep our arms still. And to hinge through the wrists now, what we're going to do is slowly, keeping the arms still, we're going to take our fingertips so they point toward the floor. We're going to return to the start position with the fingertips facing ahead of us, and then slowly we're going to take the fingertips up toward the ceiling. Okay, a few more like this, keeping those arms still, hinging through the wrists, fingertips down, and then fingertips up. Good. So we're starting to get a bit of a stretch through the wrists now. And if we think about our daily activities, a lot of the time the wrist is taking a bit of pressure, okay? If you're pushing or if you're pulling something. Okay, a few more like this, keeping those arms still, fingertips up, returning, and then we take them to the floor. Good. One more. You've got it. Excellent. Keeping the hands out in front of you, what we're going to do now, we're going to bring our hands together so they're placed in front of our chest and there is a bend at the elbow. We're going to start to stretch those big muscles in our back. So this is our trunk rotation. Sit nice and tall in the chair and we're going to rotate our arms, and as we rotate our arms to the side, we're going to allow our chest and our shoulders to follow. You go as far as you feel comfortable before returning to the start position. Now when we come back to the start, you take a second to recover, and we're going to take it the opposite direction. Good. Continue now, and we're going to continue to alternate from left to right. So we keep the hips facing forward, and as our arms start to turn, our chest and our head follows the hands around. Good. Not forcing the movement, not taking it too far, just control and continue to breathe in and out. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go one more each way. So nice and slowly, following those hands around before returning. And our last one. Back to the start position. Good. Bring the arms back down to the side. We're just going to look to start to stretch through the outside of the tummy muscles, our oblique muscles, and we're going to mobilize through the spine a little bit. So arms down by your side, sitting tall. We're going to dip one way, nice and slowly, taking our hand toward the floor, and then sit tall back to the start position. Good. Let's do the same on the other side. So carefully we take the hand down toward the floor, not trying to touch the floor, just a little dip from left to right. Now as you are dipping, try to avoid leaning forward. We're tall in the chair all the time. And when you return to the start position, if you need a couple of seconds to rest, you do so. Okay, a few more like this, side to side. Starting to stretch on the outside of that tummy. Good. Let's go one more each way, nice and slowly, breathing in and out. You got it, nice control. And again, the other way to finish. Excellent. Okay, last one for our mobility. We're just going to get a little stretch through our ankle. So we're going to start with one foot. And what I want you to do is just find a little spot on the floor. We place our toes on that spot. Now using the same spot, we're going to go from our toes and we're going to tap that spot with our heels. And we're going to continue now to alternate from toe to heel, tapping the same spot. Good. A few more like this. Starting to get a little bit of a stretch through the ankle. Got it? Good. Taking your time. A few more on this foot. Excellent. You're going to bring that foot down and we're going to do the same on the other foot. So find that spot on the floor again. Placing the toes on the spot. When you're ready, we're going to alternate to our heel and then back to toes. Good. Last little bit for the mobility. Sitting tall all the time, breathing in and out. Good. Last little tap. Perfect. Bringing the feet back to hip width apart, sit tall in your chair, and that is our posture check and mobility. Okay, we're going to go into our seated circulation booster now. So remaining in the chair, we're just going to look to start to promote circulation, get the blood flowing through the body a little bit. So sitting tall in the chair still, feet hip width apart, toes facing forward. We're going to start with the upper body, so we're going to start with our breaststroke. What I would like you to do is bring your hands together in front of the chest. Nice and slowly now, we're going to push our hands out away from us as far as we feel comfortable. Then we're going to take them out to the side before returning to the start position. This is our breaststroke. Okay, let's go. Push the hands out as far as you feel comfortable. You take them out to the side before returning to the start position. Good. Now as we push our hands out, we stretch through the back. Then as the arms come out to the side, we get a stretch through the chest. And because we're moving all the time, our shoulders are working, and we're going to start to get the heart rate up just a little bit. So keep breathing in and out, sitting tall in the chair. Okay, a few more like this, good. And because we're tall in the chair, our muscles in the tummy are starting to work a little bit. Keep them in nice and strong. Hands out and to the side, good. One more here with the breaststroke. Take the hands out, stretch through the chest as we go away, return to the start position, excellent. Let's go into a front crawl now. So we start with our arms down by the side. We're going to bring one hand up to the side of the head before we take the arm out in front of us and bring it back to the start position. And then we do the same on the other side. Lift the hand up to the side of the head, out in front before returning. Okay, we're going to continue, and we are alternating from left to right. Only taking the arm up and out as far as you feel in control, not forcing it. And if you do start to experience any pain or discomfort, you stop straight away. Good. Hands up and out. Now we're starting to move a little bit more. So again, we're just increasing the heart rate a little bit. Okay, last few like this. Good. And return into the start position. So we're going to go into a seated row now. What I would like you to do, just bring the hands up out in front of you, and we're going to take hold of our imaginary oars. We're going to try to keep the arms and elbows up, but only bring them up as high as you feel comfortable. So sitting tall in your chair now, we're going to pull our hands in toward the shoulders and slowly returning out to the start position. Good. So we're rowing now. We're starting to work to the top of the back. So as you bring your hands in towards your shoulders, what I want you to do is have a think about your shoulder blades. Retracting the shoulder blades, giving them a little bit of a squeeze together. And as we squeeze our shoulder blades together, it's going to sit us up just a little bit taller. Okay, good. Few more like this. In and back out to the start position. Got it. Few more. Hands coming in toward the shoulders and slowly back out. Good. Last one. In and back to the start position. Good. Let's go to the lower part of the body. So, feet are hip width apart and toes facing forward. We're going to start walking on the spot. So alternating from left to right, we're just going to start to pedal and bring the heel up slightly. Only bring the heel up a little bit, and we're just going to promote circulation now through the lower part of the legs, through the calf muscles. Alternating from left to right, heel up, returning to the floor. Good. Okay. Nice and slowly, staying in control. A few more seconds of this walking. Now, if you feel comfortable, we're going to go into a little bit of a seated march. We're just going to raise the foot off the floor just a little bit. Nice strong tummy muscles, sit tall in the chair, and here we go. So we're going to alternate from left to right again, and we're just going to bring the foot up a touch off the floor. Stay in control, and there's no rush. Knees up a little bit, alternating from left to right. Good. Now we're just starting to get the blood flowing through the top part of the leg. Those big muscles here, the quadriceps and the front top part of the legs. These are the muscles that walk us around, so it's really important we keep them fired up and keep the blood flowing. Now as we continue to march, again, if it feels comfortable, we can get the arms involved. So as you bring your left knee up, we're just going to bring the right arm out slightly, and then the same with the right knee up, we're going to bring the left arm out in front of us. All the time, the tummy muscles are in nice and strong, so the legs and the arms are moving. Breathe in and out, good. Last few seconds of marching, getting the blood flowing through all of the body now. Sit tall, keep looking straight ahead of you. Here we go. You've got it, excellent, that's our marching. So relax the legs down, relax the arms down. We've got one more. We're going to go to our side steps. So alternating from left to right, tummy in nice and strong. We're going to tap the foot out to the side, tap the ball of the foot onto the floor, and return to the start position, feet hip width apart. Then we'll do the same on the other side. Little step to the side, returning to the start. So we're going to continue now, alternating from left to right, and you're only stepping out as far as you feel comfortable. You don't have to step out so the leg is straight. Just a little step to the side. We're starting to mobilize through the hips a little bit more, and we're also starting to get a little bit of a stretch through the abductor muscles. These are the muscles on the outside of the thigh. Very important to help us to continue to walk around. Okay, last few side steps, sitting tall, breathing in and out. Good, last one. Return to the start position, feet back to hip width apart, sit tall, deep breath in and out. That's our seated circulation booster. We're now going to do some seated leg exercises. So, again, sitting tall in your chair, feet to hip width apart. We're going to start with the calf muscles. 2 at a time, or if you'd rather, you can alternate from left to right. So, toes facing forward, tall in the chair. We're going to raise our heels up so we come up onto our toes and slowly returning the heels back to the floor. Good. So, only bring the heels up as far as you feel comfortable, but we want to bring them up high enough that we start to feel the calf muscles engaging. So the calf muscles now located at the lower back part of the legs, working as we bring the heels up. Now as you come up onto your toes, try to think about the weight going through the big toe and the second toe. Now it doesn't make that much difference when we're sat down, but if we think about when we're standing and maybe we're in the kitchen and we've got to put the shopping away, we've just got to come up onto our toes. We're going to raise through the big toe and the second toe. They're our strong, stable toes. Good. A few more like this. Up onto the toes and slowly back down. Good. One more. Perfect. We're now going to do the opposite movement. So we're going to raise the toes up so that we come up onto our heels. Nice and slowly, and you may need to adjust your feet slightly by moving them forward. We're going to come up onto the heels, bring the toes up and slowly back down. Okay, a few more like this. Now what you're going to find is we don't get quite as much movement as when we were coming up onto our toes. But don't worry about that. We're just starting to feel a bit of a stretch through the front part of the ankle. Good. Up onto the heels and slowly back down. And again. Perfect. Nice stretch through the ankle. So really important to maintain our ankle mobility because it'll help us when we're moving around. It's also going to help us when we're getting in and out of our chair. One more like this, toes up. Perfect. We're going to go back to our toes, but this time we're going to raise up onto our toes. We're going to hold this position and we're going to take 4 little steps out in front of us. And then we do 4 little steps back to the start position where we replace the heels to the floor. Take a second and we'll do it again. Up onto the toes, 4 little steps out, 4 little steps back to the start position. Bring the heels down, recover for a second, and here we go again. Good. 4 steps out, 4 steps back to the start position. Excellent. Recover for a second, once more, up onto the toes, 4 little steps out, 4 little steps back to the start position. Good. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to be on our heels. So sit tall, adjust the feet slightly out in front of you, toes come up, staying on the heels, 4 small steps out, 4 small steps back to the start position where we bring the toes back to the floor, take a second to recover, and we go again, toes up. Good. 4 steps out, 4 steps back, excellent. Toes back to the floor, take a second, we're going to do it once more, toes up, on the heels, 4 steps out. Good. 4 steps back to the start position. You got it, okay. We're going to go to the top part of the leg now. Those big muscles, the quadriceps. We're going to start with our leg extension. Sit tall, nice strong tummy muscles, alternating from left to right. We're going to bring 1 foot up out in front of us and slowly back to the start position. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So just taking your time now, continue to alternate from left to right. And we're starting to get a bit of work through those quadricep muscles. Now, although it's your legs that are moving, think about the tummy muscles working. With the tummy muscles in nice and strong, that's supporting us and that's keeping us sitting tall in the chair. Keep breathing in and out, alternating from left to right, bringing the foot up as high as you feel comfortable. Good. So by strengthening now through these quadriceps, it's going to help that muscle that supports our knee. So this is really important for helping to strengthen around the knee. A few more. Good. Final one, sitting tall, breathing, returning to the start position. Excellent. Bring the feet back to hip width apart. We're going to go to flexion now and we're going to start to target the hamstring muscles, okay? These are the muscles located at the top back part of the leg. Now be careful, because the chair you're sitting in may have a bit of a bar along the bottom, so it might be a little bit tricky. Sit tall in the chair, looking straight ahead of you, and again alternating from left to right. We're just going to bring the foot underneath us, slide it along the floor, and then just bring the heel up towards the bum and slowly back to the start position. Good. Let's do the same on the other side. We slide the ball of the foot along the floor as the heel comes up. We raise it up toward the bum and slowly back to the start position. Excellent. Continue to alternate now in your own time, only moving as far as you feel comfortable. And remember, if there is that bar on the chair, maybe you don't go back quite as far, but that's not important. Just bring the heel back just a little bit, and we're going to start to work through the hamstring muscle. Good. Breathing in and out, a few more. Good. Let's do one more on each leg. And back to the start position. Final one. Perfect. That's our seated leg exercises. We've got a strength workout now using our resistance band. So, sitting tall in a chair, feet are hip width apart, we're going to start with a slightly wider grip on the resistance band, okay? So taking our hands pretty close to the end, we're going to go with an overhand grip and keep hold of the band now, nice strong grip. Tall in the chair, arms out in front of you, and we're going to try to keep the arms as straight as we can do. So keeping the hands out in front of you, arms as straight as can be, what I want you to do, nice and slowly, we pull the band apart and get a little squeeze through the top of the back. So we take it out nice and slowly and control the movement back to the start position. Good. So sit tall in the chair, tummy muscles in nice and strong. Keeping the arms straight, we pull the band apart and gently back into the start position. Good. Now we're starting to focus on the top of the back. So as you pull the band apart, keeping those arms straight, think about your shoulder blades, and we're going to retract the shoulder blades again. Give them a little squeeze together. Good. Keep breathing in and out. Now the resistance band is going to work those muscles hard, so keep breathing. That oxygen is going to the muscles, it's the energy. Tall in the chair. Good. Few more like this. Arms straight, taking the band out. Take those hands out as far as you can. But if you do start to feel any pain or discomfort, please stop straight away. Now, if you want to make this a little harder, you want to increase the resistance, you're going to move your hands closer together on the band. To reduce the resistance, you take your hands further apart. Okay, let's just do a couple more. Still tall in the chair. And then final one, stretching it out, arms straight, back to the start position. Good, relax. We're going to focus on our shoulders. We're going to stick with our wide grip. And what I want us to do is just place one hand on top of the same side, that knee. Now with the opposite hand, we're going to touch that same knee, and slowly we're going to take it up and out to the opposite side. So we're focusing now on just that one shoulder. The hand comes down to the opposite knee, and then we take it up and out to the opposite side. All the time now, that one hand is keeping hold of the band and is stuck to our knee, while we focus on the opposite shoulder. So the hand comes down, and then we stretch the band up and out to the side. Good. So just a few more on this side. Only taking it as far as you feel comfortable. Tall in the chair all the time. And because we're not sitting back in the chair, we're really working through our tummy muscles. Okay. And again, let's go once more with this side. Take the hand up and out. Return to the start position. Good. Now that hand that we've just been moving out to the side, we're going to place that one on top of our knee. So we're freeing up now the other side. And again, we're going to go with the movement. We start from the bottom, we take this hand now up and out in the opposite direction before returning to that opposite knee. Arm up and out to the side and slowly back down. Good. Arm up and out and slowly back down. Now we're really starting to fire up these shoulder muscles, and we're tall in the chair and we're breathing in and out. Excellent. That one hand is stuck to our knee, don't forget it's not moving. We are just moving this one arm up and out to the side, giving the band a little bit of a squeeze as we go. We're going to do two more. Tall in the chair, control the movement up and on the way back down. Last one, good. Up it goes and back to the start. Excellent. Now we've warmed our shoulders up, so we're going to make it a little bit harder. What I would like you to do is take the band and just place it over the top of your legs. We're going to go with an overhand grip again, but this time we're going to hold onto the band about hip width apart, so our hands will come closer together. So take an overhand grip, nice strong grip, hip width apart, and just bring the arms up out in front of you. Bring them up only as high as you feel comfortable, but we're not going any higher than shoulder height. Now, because our hands are closer together, we've increased the resistance. It's going to be a little bit harder. Arms out straight, sitting tall, pull the hands apart, little stretch through the band, slowly returning to the start position. Good. So our arms are staying up out in front of us. We're controlling the movement on the way out, little pull apart, and then controlling it back to the start. Good. Breathe in and out. Now, if you want to increase the resistance, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you move your hands closer together. To reduce the resistance, we open the hands up just a little bit. Okay, tall in the chair. We pull the band apart and gently back in. Good. Shoulders working now. Breathing as we move. Really starting to feel my shoulders working hard. Let's just do a few more. Good. Tall in the chair. Arms out in front of us. Keeping the arms as straight as you can do. Little pull apart. Gently back to the start. 2 more. Good. Okay, here we go. Final one. Stay in control. Breathe as we move. Controlling back to the start. Excellent. We'll give our shoulders a little bit of a rest. We're going to take the band. So take one end of the band and very carefully we're going to feed it behind us. And we're going to take hold of that end now with the other hand. We're going to bring the band up closer to the top of our back so it's underneath our armpits, and we're holding on to both ends of the bands now with our hands. We're just going to check our feet, making sure we're at hip width apart. We're going to sit nice and tall. Now, keeping hold of the band, we're going to bring the elbows into the side of our body. Nice and slowly now, we're going to push our hands out away, stretching the band as we go, taking it as far as you feel comfortable before returning to the start position, elbows back in. Good. So take a second here to recover, and we're going to go again. Push the band out away from us and gently back into the start position. Good. Now, because this is a pushing exercise, we're now working our tricep muscles. We're working those tricep muscles located at the top back part of the arm. They are used when we push ourselves out of the chair, or if we have to push a door open maybe, it's our triceps that are working. So really important we keep them strong. Keep pressing the band out away, take your hands out as far as you feel comfortable, returning to the start position. Now, if you want to increase the resistance, you're just going to move your hands down the band closer to your body. Start with the elbows in again, press out, and elbows in. Good. Keep going. Tall in the chair, breathing in and out. Let's just do a few more. Pressing out, working the triceps, returning to the start position with the elbows in. Good. Okay, let's do 2 more. Nice control on the way out. Nice control on the way back in. Here we go. Final one. Ready? Sit tall. Breathe as we press out. Control that movement back to the start position. Excellent. Very carefully. Let go of one of the ends, and we're just going to pull the band back out in front of us, okay? Now, what I want us to do with the band is we're going to feed one end underneath our legs. So the band is now located under our legs, and again, we're holding on to both ends with our hands. We're going to go to a pulling exercise now. So, feet hip width apart, the band is under our legs, we're holding on to the end, we're going to bring our elbows and just bring them into the side of our body. We've got grip on the band with our thumbs facing the ceiling. Nice and slowly now, we're going to bend at the elbow, bringing the hand up toward the shoulder, and slowly back to the start position. Good. So, hold on to the band, nice strong grip, elbows into the side of your body, sit tall, bending at the elbow, bringing the hand up toward the shoulder, and slowly back down. Good. Let's continue with this bicep curl. So, this is a pulling exercise now, we're working our bicep. If you've got to hold on to a full kettle, it's quite heavy. We've got to fill it up at the tap, and then we're going to take it back to the stand. While we are holding that heavy kettle, it's our bicep muscle that's working. Okay, elbows in, sitting tall. Good. To increase the resistance, to make it a little bit harder, you move your hands down the band, closer to the legs. Elbows in, keep curling. Bending at the elbow, bring the hands up towards the shoulder. Please be aware that as you increase the resistance, you may start to feel a bit of the band pinching under your legs, okay? Now we don't want that, so just lower the resistance by bringing the hands closer to the end of the band again. A few more bicep curls, you got it, good. Sitting tall, breathing in and out. In, slowly back down. Let's go 2 more for the bicep curls. Good, final one, elbows in. Sit tall, breathing as we move up. Slowly returning to the start position, excellent. Okay, we're going to move now to the legs. What I want us to do, keeping the band under the legs, we're just going to move our feet and knees slightly closer together. We're going to take the end of the band now and we're just going to twist it around itself so that we kind of tie our legs up. Now we don't want too much tension on the band so that we cut off the circulation to our feet. But once you've tied the band up, you're going to hold on to it with both hands, okay? We don't want the band to fly across the room. So sitting tall in the chair, we're going to alternate from left to right, and we're just going to move with the foot, taking it out to the side, tapping the ball of the foot on the floor, returning to the start position. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. So keep hold of the band, alternating from left to right, just a little step, tapping the ball of the foot onto the floor, returning to the start position. And we're going to continue to alternate now from left to right. What we're trying to do is just work through the hips a little bit, but it's really important that if you start to experience any pain or discomfort, you stop straight away. We're also starting to get a little bit of a work through the abductor muscles located on the outside of the thigh. Okay, sitting tall in the chair, alternating from left to right, breathing as we go. Good. Last few. You've got it. Okay. Little step to the side, not overreaching, and we're not worrying about straightening our leg. Just a little tap to the side and back. Let's do 1 more on each side. Nice control, little step. Final one. Perfect. Bringing the feet back to hip width apart, we're going to carefully undo the band and we're going to bring it back over the top of the legs for our final exercise. So carefully, we bring the band under our legs and we're going to place it back over the top of the legs. So our final exercise, we're going to try to work the top of the back. We're going to take an underhand grip this time, okay? So our palms are underneath the band facing the ceiling. And we want a gap of about 5 to 6 inches between the hands. Take a nice strong grip and we're just going to bring our hands so they're about 1 inch over our knees. We're going to sit nice and tall, and what I want us to do is just bring the band in towards the belly, let the elbows come behind us, and bring the hands towards the hips. Hold it for about a second, and we're going to return to the start position with the hands out above the knees, and we're going to let the band relax for a second, okay? So what we're going to feel now, as we bring our hands in towards our hips, we're going to need to stretch the band just a little bit. Only bring your hands in as far as you feel comfortable. Here we go. Sit nice and tall, hands out in front of you, keeping them just above the knee. We're going to pull the band in towards the belly, hands come towards the hips and the elbows go behind us, and then return into the start position where we relax the band. Excellent. Sit nice and tall. Let's continue with this movement. Pull the hands into the hips, slowly back to the start where we rest for a second. And again, in your own time now, don't rush. Returning to the start where we can recover for a second before bringing the hands in towards the hips again. Squeezing those big muscles in the back. Good. Here we go again. Keep breathing. Few more to go. Excellent. Back to the start position where we recover. So a little squeeze on the band, bringing the hands in towards the hips. Elbows are behind us. Back to the start position where we recover. 2 more to go. Tall. Breathing as we move. Don't forget now, back to the start position, recover, last one. Sit nice and tall, hands in towards the hips, strengthening through the back, returning to the start position, relax the band, and that is our strength resistance band workout. Now we're going to do some standing exercises to help strengthen those big muscles in the legs. Okay, so from our seated position, we're going to go through our sit to stand. Once we stand up, we're going to pedal for a few seconds on the spot just to promote circulation before slowly making our way to the back of the chair. So let's go through our sit to stand. We move our bum forward to the front third of the chair. We bring our feet under us just slightly. We're going to bring the chest up, looking straight ahead of us. You start to hinge through the hips, take your nose over towards the top of the knees, pushing through the heels using your arms, standing tall. Couple of pedals on the spot here. And when you're ready, taking as many steps as required, we're going to make our way to the back of the chair. Now once you get to the back of the chair, you're going to stand tall with your feet hip width apart, toes facing forward and hands on the chair for support. Okay, good. Now we're at the back of the chair. We're going to start to strengthen those big muscles in the legs. So keep the tummy muscles in nice and strong for support, and we're going to start with some heel flicks. So keeping hold of the chair, alternating from left to right, just nice and slowly, we slide the ball of the foot along the floor behind us, flicking the heel up towards the bum and slowly back down. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So as you bring the heel up now towards the bum, you're going to feel the weight through that leg we're standing on. Just stay in control, nice slow movements, keeping that muscle in the tummy nice and strong all the time. Okay, we're going to continue now with this left to right, and we're just starting to stretch through the hamstring and the quads, and we're just getting the blood flowing through the legs a little bit. Good. Heel flicks. Keep looking straight ahead of you, holding onto the chair for support, just a few more like this. Perfect. You've got it. Good. Heel flicks. Let's bring the feet back to hip width apart. We're going to go to our side steps, okay? So just tapping the one foot out to the side at a time, standing tall, nice strong tummy muscles. When you're ready, we take one foot out to the side, tap the ball of the foot on the floor, return to the start position. And that start position is, as I say, hip width apart. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So now in your own time, alternating from left to right, tap the ball of the foot out to the side, returning to the start position before doing the same on the other side. So just a small step back to the start, and then the same on the opposite side. Holding on the chair all the time if needs be for support, breathing in and out as we move. Okay, good. A few more like this. Side taps, left to right. Just a bit of mobility through the hips, and we're starting to stretch through the abductors again. Perfect. Return to the start position. Let's go into our strength now. We're going to go to our calf raises, and we're going to start to really strengthen through the calf muscles in the lower back part of the leg. Feet are hip width apart, toes are facing forward, holding onto the chair for support, engage through those tummy muscles, and we're just going to bring our heels up so that we come up onto our toes and slowly return the heels back to the floor. Take a second here to recover, and we're going to go again. Now we're aiming, as we come up onto our toes, to really start to feel that weight through the big toe and the second toe. Good. Raising up onto the toes, nice control, back down. Let's keep going with the calf raises. Good. So now all the time we're tall. Our tummy's in and we're looking straight ahead of us, and we're breathing in and out as we move. A few more like this. Calf muscles really starting to fire up now. They're taking our weight as we come up, so they're starting to get stronger. Good. Up, control to the start position. Last few seconds. And again, heels up, back down. Let's go once more. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go into a squat now. And the squat, we're going to start to fire up the quadriceps in the front top part of the leg, and also the muscle in the bum, our gluteus maximus. So feet hip width apart and toes facing forward. Keep the tummy in nice and strong. We keep the heels on the floor. We're going to soften through the knees. We're going to stick our bum backward and down, sitting into our imaginary chair, looking straight ahead, and then we stand up nice and tall. Okay, soften through the knees, bum back and down, feel the weight in the heels, and then stand up tall on the way back up. Not going too low to start off with. Let's just focus on keeping the chest up and looking ahead. We need to maintain that neutral spine all the time, and we really want to feel the weight in our heels as we lower. Good. Bum backward and down. Okay, a few more squats. Really starting to feel those big muscles in my legs firing up now. Keep breathing in and out. Chest is up. Just sitting back and down as far as you feel comfortable. We don't want to go too low because we do need to get back up. Okay, a few more squats. Excellent. You've got it? Let's do 10 more seconds. Breathing in and out, looking straight ahead of you. Final one. Perfect. Okay. Take a second here to recover. And when you're ready, I want you to move to the right-hand side of the chair. So just take a couple of steps to the right. We're going to keep hold of the chair with our left hand. We're going to go into a forward lunge now. If you need to, you can hold the chair with both hands. Working with the outside foot only, that's our right foot. You're going to keep your chest up, you're going to keep your tummy muscles in nice and strong. We take a little step forward with our right foot. Once the right foot has made it onto the floor, you're going to lower the back knee slightly and the front knee will bend naturally. Not going too low and then pushing off the front foot, returning to the start position. Let's go through it again. Step forward with the right foot, keep the chest up, lower the back knee, the front knee bends naturally, pushing off the front foot back to the start position. Okay, let's go. A few more forward lunges. Now, as you lower the back knee to the floor, think about where your chest is and try to keep it above the hips. We don't want to lean forward and we don't want to lean back, because what that's going to do is put a little bit of pressure through the knee. So by keeping the chest up and over the hips, we split our weight evenly through both knees. So just a small controlled step forward, keep the chest up, lowering the hips to the floor. Good. Step, lower the back knee. Push off the front foot back to the start position. 10 more seconds on this side. Good. Keep breathing in and out. You got it. Final lunge on this side. Good. Okay. Nice and slowly. Take as many steps as required. We're going to make our way to the left-hand side. So we've got hold of the chair now with our right hand, or both hands if needs be. We're going to work again with the outside foot. It's now our left foot. So when you're ready, nice strong tummy muscles. We step forward with the left foot. Lower the back knee, the front knee will bend naturally. We push off the front foot, return into the start position where we're at hip width apart. Let's do it again together. So tummy in, chest up, looking straight ahead of you. Step forward with the left foot, lower the back knee, push off back to the start. Good, let's go. Breathe in and out as you move. Keep the muscles in your tummy nice and strong. They're really helping to support us here. So not only are we strengthening the muscles in our legs, we're starting to increase the heart rate slightly, so it's cardiovascular. And because we're splitting our stance, we're also starting to challenge balance. Good, take your time. Little step forward. Don't forget, we're keeping the chest up and over the hips as we lower that back knee. Good. Last few. We've got 10 more seconds left. Good. And again, breathing in and out. Final lunge. Perfect. We're going to make our way back behind the chair. We've got one more exercise to go. Back to feet hip width apart, holding onto the chair with both hands. We're now back behind the chair. Our final exercise is just an exercise to challenge balance. We're going to go with our single leg stance. So tummy in nice and strong, really important. We're going to start with the right foot. So we're standing on our left leg. You're going to soften the left knee just slightly. We don't want it locked out completely straight. And when you're ready with the right foot, we're just going to bring the foot back along the floor behind us and slowly bring the heel up towards the bum. We want to keep the right knee underneath our hips, and we're just going to hold it here for 10 seconds. Keep hold of the chair, and at any point you want to put your foot down, you do so. Keep the tummy in nice and strong, and keep breathing in and out. And now slowly bring the foot back down to the start position, and we're going to try the same on the other side. So tummy in nice and strong, looking straight ahead of you with the left foot now. We just draw the left foot behind, bringing the heel up towards the bum, keeping the knee under the hips, softening through the right leg, but keep the tummy in nice and strong. Good. 10 seconds now for balancing. Please keep breathing in and out. Almost there. Beautifully done. Return that foot to the floor. Good. Feet are hip width apart. Just take a couple of seconds here to recover. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way back to the chair. So take as many steps as required, coming back to the front of the chair is behind us, we take a couple of little steps to feel it on the back of the legs, slowly keeping the chest up, sitting back and down into your chair, and that is our standing workout. We're going to go through a seated cool down now. So, sitting tall in the chair, feet are hip width apart with the toes facing forward. We're just going to raise the chest, nice strong tummy muscles. We're going to start from the top. What I want you to do, just look over one shoulder. And very slowly, breathing in and out, we're going to roll the chin down into the chest. And then we're going to look over the opposite shoulder. And once you get there, we're going to come back to the start position. And we're going to continue to alternate, just rolling the head in a little half a circle from left to right. So only moving the head now as far as you feel comfortable. Looking over the one shoulder, chin comes down into the chest before we look over the other shoulder, and then we come back the same way. Good. Breathing in and out, nice and relaxing now to finish. And then returning to the start position. Good. Sitting up tall, looking straight ahead of you. Arms down by your side, we're going to go to our shoulder rolls. So we're going to bring the shoulders up, roll them back and down. Shoulders rolling up, back and down to the start position. Good. Up, back and down. A few more like this. Sitting tall, looking straight ahead of you. We raise the shoulders up before we take them back and rolling them down to the start position. One more. Up, back and down. Perfect. Bring the hands up out in front of you. The arms are out straight. We're going to stretch through the wrists. So keeping the arms still, we're going to take the fingertips down toward the floor, returning to the start position where they're facing straight ahead of us, and then up to the ceiling. Let's continue with this movement. So we keep the arms still, we're hinging through the wrists, the fingertips point toward the floor, and then slowly we're going to take them up toward the ceiling. Good. Nice little stretch through the wrists now to finish. Perfect. Keeping the arms up, we're going to bring the hands together in front of the chest, and there's a bend at the elbow. We're going to go back to our trunk rotation to stretch those muscles in the back. So keep the hips facing forward. We're going to rotate our arms to the side, and as we rotate the arms, we allow our chest and head to follow around. We return to the start position before we go the opposite way. And just a few more now, alternating from left to right, allowing the head and the chest and the shoulders to follow the hands as they rotate. Good. Nice control, keeping the hips facing forward. We're breathing all the time here. Last one. Perfect. Okay. Bringing the arms down to the side of our body, sitting tall. We're going to go back to our side dips. So nice controlled movement, taking a hand down toward the floor. Sitting back at the start position, nice and tall, and then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So slowly, under control, we're going to continue to alternate now from left to right, not trying to touch the floor, just a small controlled movement, stretching through the outside of the tummy. Final one. Beautiful. Okay. Back to the lower part of the body, we're going to go to our ankle mobility, so we're just going to pick one foot. We're going to find a spot on the floor and we're going to place our toes on that spot. When you're ready, we're going to alternate from toes to heel, tapping the same spot on the floor. So, in your own time now, just continue from toe to heel and back to toe. Good. Relax that foot. We're going to do the same on the other side. So again, pick your little spot, toes on the floor, and in your own time, we go to heel and then back to toe. Trying to tap that same spot, getting a nice little stretch through the ankle now before we finish. Last few. To heel, back to toe, relax that foot down. One final stretch. We're going to stretch through the hamstring muscles. So the hamstring muscles at the top back part of the leg, very important to keep us walking around. So we've got to keep them flexible. What I would like you to do, you're going to place your left foot out in front of you, so the heel is on the floor and the toes are facing the ceiling. Now our left leg is as straight as it can be. You're going to place both your hands on the top of the right leg, just above the knee for support. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping looking straight ahead of you, you're going to hinge at the hips, leaning forward slightly, so we start to take the nose over the top of the knees, but keep looking straight ahead of you. Now when you feel the stretch through the back of this left leg, the straight leg, we're just going to hold it in this position. Please keep breathing in and out. Enjoy the stretch through the hamstring. Last few seconds, keeping the chest up, looking straight ahead of you. Perfect. Sit back up nice and tall. We're going to bring the left foot back into the start position and we're going to take the right foot out. So we take the right foot out, placing the heel on the floor with the toes facing the ceiling. We're going to place our hands on the top of the left leg. We're going to raise the chest, look straight ahead of you, hinge through the hip, taking the nose forward until you feel the stretch. When you feel the stretch, hold it. Keep breathing in and out, stay relaxed. Last few seconds, nice stretch through the hamstring. You've got it. Perfect. Sit up nice and tall in the chair. You're going to bring that foot back into the side. Take a deep breath in and out. Relax your arms down to the side and just give the arms a little bit of a shake off. Let's just get the blood flowing now before we're done. While you shake the arms, just give your legs a little kick, alternating from left to right. Good. Feet back on the floor, just give your hips a little bit of a wiggle off. And that is us done. Excellent job.